Hopefully you remember the lab we did before spring break, but let's do a quick review. I was looking at the heating of different materials. We had already measured different colors, how black and silver made a difference in heating, and now we were testing different materials. So imagine the light is like the sun. And when the sun hits our planet, it's either going to hit water, mostly oceans, or it's going to hit land. So to model those two materials, we have a beaker of water and a beaker of sand. And the question was, which will heat faster? And then when we turn the light off, which will cool faster? So reread the hypothesis you wrote on the blue sheet. If you didn't write one, please pause the video and write one now. On the blue sheet, there's a section on the back that asks you to analyze your data. So we're going to try to make sense of what the data was telling us from lab. So take a minute, pause the video, and fill out this section. What does it mean when I'm asking you to analyze data? Next, we're going to make sense of our data by turning our numbers into a picture. We're going to create a graph. So what kind of graph would we want if we're plotting change in temperature over a period of time? So again, when we want to see the change, increase and decrease, that is a line graph, just like last time. So the first thing we're going to do is set up our graph. If you look at this first bullet, we're going to make sure our graph has a title, a key, the X and Y axis labeled appropriately with units. Once your graph is set up, I will show you the average data for both A and B day. Remember, in science, we want to graph as much data as we can because it tells a better story than just one or two sets of data. So you're going to pick up a white graph paper sheet like this from your teacher, and I want you to set it up. We want a title that tells me what is this a graph of. And then you're going to label your x-axis and your y-axis. So what belongs on the x-axis? It might be helpful to look at the graph from our last lab. Remember, you want to use as much of the x and y-axis as you can, so you stretch out your graph as much as possible. And then think about what goes on the y-axis. And remember to start at 0, but remember, we can use that special symbol here and decide what number makes sense for our first horizontal line. You're going to graph the data. Please use different colors to represent water and sand. So set up your graph, pause the video until you're ready, and then continue the video to see the data. Here's the data you'll be graphing, so you can just pause the video and graph this data, and when you're finished graphing, you're finished with the video. All right? Have a good day.